Bring us 2 absolute martinis. You know how I like them straight up. And then precisely 7.5 minutes after that, you're gonna bring us 2 more. Then 2 more after that every 5 minutes until one of us passes the fuck out.
It's up to each and every one of you, my highly trained Stratonites, my killers who will not take no for an answer. Not hang up the phone until their client either buys or fucking
Welcome to the Talking the Line podcast, presented to you by Talking the Line Sports Media, giving you our best insights and analysis so you can rake in some cold hard cash on your next sports bet. Now sit on back, open up your mind, and let's cash some tickets. We can't thank you enough for joining us. We hope you enjoy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide. Welcome in to episode number 131 of the Talking the Line podcast on this absolutely gorgeous Thursday of bets, also known as September 23rd, 2021. One day after Wise Words Wednesday as well. Now, I know you saw the title. I know you know that we have loads to get into, so much to get into, I can't even get my words out straight yet. But please, before we get into all of that, take just a few moments to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the TTL pod on. Hey, if you are watching on YouTube, go ahead, take a second, hit that notification bell over there as well so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional TTL crew content dropping. But if you are listening along on your favorite podcast directory, make sure you hit that subscribe button there as well if you haven't already, because we do release the audio after every live show is complete. Next item up on the docket. You could be so kind, you can find it in your heart. You got a couple extra seconds after you get done smashing that subscribe button. Go ahead, smash that like button. Leave us a comment, leave us a rating. Jump on over yonder in the live chat if you are watching live. Hit that share button while you're at it too. Share it with your friends, enemies, brothers, sisters, neighbors, uncles, co-neighbors. I don't know, anybody you can think of. The TTL crew is for all. First time better, daily degenerate. We welcome you. That all being said, one final item before we get into today's show. Head on over to this episode's description where you will locate the Talking the Line link tree. Within that link tree, you will find the talkingtheline.com website, all of the TTL crew's social platforms, and our additional content, so you can consume all of that however and whenever you please. Ladies and gentlemen and beautiful gambling people, joining us on episode 131, once again, I am your humble host, Colt 45 Soroka, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by and get some stone cold, we don't like to say locks, insights, analysis, and everything in between. Now, once again, loaded show to get into today, but I have neglected to do the most important and final step of these here introductions. I've said a lot of we. I've said a lot of us, I've said a lot of crew, cash and tickets, and I have neglected to bring in the second half of TTL Sports Media. The man, the myth, the degenerate gambling legend himself, and now you firmly know him as the TTL's resident cheesehead. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome in for today's show, Mr. Riley RMags Magnuson. Partner, how you doing over there today, pal?
My man, you know me as always. I have nothing to complain about. It is a beautiful Thursday. My White Sox have not one but two chances to clinch a division today. A doubleheader with the Cleveland Indians. All it takes is one winner, and we've got ourselves our first division title in 13 years. It's been a coast here the last 2 months, but hey, got to break that 13-year streak, and I'm going to feel pretty damn good about it. Might even go buy myself a bottle of fucking champagne and pop that bad boy because, we got bigger goals this season, but like I said,
that
13
might be the
years.
only champagne you're popping after a quick first-round bounce, getting all excited about a championship you've had locked up for the last month and a half. But who am I? What am I? My team hasn't been in it since June, so I got to get something in where I can. Hey, it's flannel football weather out there, baby boy. I'm telling you, it is getting
at least for today. I think it gets back up outside of flannel season after today. But
hey, either way, once they come on for me, it's real hard for me to get them on. It's kind of those days, you wake up in the morning, it's like 55 degrees, 50 degrees. You got to have one on, and then maybe we go out for lunch.
Yep, okay.
And, oh, shit, it's hot as all hell. We can take it off.
That's fair.
Hey, that's why you keep a T-shirt under there.
That's fair.
On and off, ready to rock and roll during football flannel season. Hashtag football flannel season. So, that all being said, I got the lucky flannel on. Some of you may be watching know why this is a lucky flannel. Other of you might not, but it has some doggone power in it. So I cannot wait to dish out some locks with this bad boy on. That all being said, we do have quite the show on tap, but it is back to business as usual, my friends. We will start things off, as always, RMags best bets of the day. He has a spread pick and a total pick that I am actually on the exact same spread and total pick, so we'll knock those out at the same time for the essence of time. And then he's got 3 prop plays to lay down, so he'll do all of those, and then we'll kick it into the second segment, my best bets. I'll give you my 3 prop plays. I have 3 as well, and then you know me, I can't see a little bit of college football on the slate and not find some value there. So I found value, and I also found some plus money Pauly value as well. So you'll be getting all of that from me as well. No money line dice roll today. Don't want to, again, put us in a weird situation if the dice bet against us. We never want to bet against the all-knowing and our most favorite cubicle objects on the planet, the Moneyline Dice. So, that all being said, no special play either. We might, potentially, possibly, probably will, because we have the risk-free same-game parlay on most books. If you are in a legalized betting state, you definitely have it. We will probably put together the props in a same-game parlay, or maybe put together our own same-game parlay and toss something out later. We don't have anything for the show, but we might have a little something. So, hell of a time to remind you to follow us on the Action Network app. And I am at cash_with_Colt. He is at RMags in all caps. And then you can find the show's best bets of the day, the pod picks, at Talking the Line. I know, super hard to remember. All that being said, you're tired of hearing me talking. You're tired of hearing me remind you of all this stuff. One more thing, if you don't have the Action Network app, TalkingTheLine.com, you will find all of our best bets on the Today's Best Bets tab. Who would have thought? That all being said, cut all the nonsense, cut all the drama, stop all the banter that you could go to every other sports media outlet and get. You come to the TTL pod for the stone cold locks, picks, analysis, insights, and everything in between, and running tickets to the window with the TTL crew all day and night long. Shit, that feels good every time I have an opportunity to say it again. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, no more hesitation, no more delay. It's time for the first segment of today's show, episode number 131 of the TTL pod. In case you had forgotten, RMags, best bets of the day. As always, my friends, because I know there's multiple of you out there, and you're all my friends, I suggest you turn that volume on your headsets or whatever monitoring device you currently have plugged into this show way the hell up. Open those ear holes wide and get ready to have nothing but knowledge penetrated straight into your dome pieces. And partner, as always, you have the floor.
I appreciate it, partner. Maybe we got to talk like Peyton Manning and like with our fists, so it's like, you know, so I saw someone say it's like him hammering knowledge into your head. You know, I think Big Cat said that.
Hey,
but,
you know, that's it. Okay.
All right.
Ho,
perfect.
ho.
That was natural. That was 100% natural.
To you, and to you beautiful people out there drinking the black elixir of the gods, take your sip and let's get the fuck on with it.
Let's go.
Oh! Woo! Uh-oh.
All right. All right.
Gets better every damn day. We're going to have to come back to that now, partner, officially. You have the floor.
I appreciate you. All right, for my first play, this one's going to be a prop. I'll save the spread and total for last because partner are lining up, so it'll be a nice little segue there.
Love it.
First one is going to be the man, CMC. I like his rush total tonight. Do your line shopping. Actually, for all my props, I use two different books because there's one book has a better price on one of these props. The other one has better prices for the other two. Mm-hmm. So this one, I'm going Christian McCaffrey over 82.5 yards. This is a spot, partner, where I don't think it's low enough to where it concerns me that it's too good to be true. It's right around where his average has been. It's very close to where his average has been this year. He's averaging 85 yards per game over the first 2 weeks. He was held down to 72 last week, but that's against a very good run defense in the Saints. And these Texans, as far as yards-wise in week one, they held the Jaguars running backs low in yards, down to 14 carries, 69 yards for Hyde and James Robinson, but that's about 5 yards per carry. Jaguars got down 14-0 in that game and had to pass their way all the way back in, but when they did run, they were able to do it well. And so last week we go to the Browns, totally different game script here for the Texans where they're losing. The Browns controlled that game from start to finish. Nick Chubb had 11 carries, 95 yards. That's on 11 carries. He split with Kareem Hunt. CMC does not split his carries in any fashion in that way. He had 21 and 24 carries the first 2 weeks. I fully expect him to have right around 20 carries once again and take care of this number, no problem. So, for my first one, like I said, do your line shopping because I saw 84.5 in a couple spots. I still like that, honestly, but if you're giving me 82.5, I love that even more. Give me CMC, Christian McCaffrey, over 82.5 rushing yards for my first one, partner.
Big fan. First thing, Juan, see you out there, my man. Always love to shout you out. We appreciate the faithful. And number two, big fan of this as well. I might have a play on his receiving yards total. Now, they do have a little bit something on FanDuel Sportsbook where you combine the receiving and the rushing yards for a specific player, namely most likely running backs. And we'll have to take a look if that has any type of value worth adding to the same game parlay. But you already heard it first. RMags, first best bet of the day. He is taking Christian McCaffrey over 82.5 rushing yards. Do your line shopping, partner. hit him with your second prop of the day.
All right, second and third plays here. Dan Arnold, over 21.5 receiving yards, tight end for the Carolina Panthers. It's been a little sporadic first 2 weeks. Low totals in his first week against the New York Jets. New York Jets had a different type of game plan than we're going to see here. Last week against the New Orleans Saints, 3 catches, 55 yards there in week 2. His production to me seems like it is based off game plan, and Arnold will be in the Panthers game plan tonight. This Texans team has been one of the worst teams to tight ends over the first 2 weeks, and as I mentioned, their game scripts have been totally different in the first 2 weeks between the two games. Where in the first game, the Jaguars did have to pass a lot, so their numbers were high. They allowed 7 catches, 70 yards to the Jaguars, 2 tight ends, so that's an average of 10 yards per catch. And then last week, against the Browns, when the Browns were controlling that game and had a very, very balanced offensive attack, which I do believe we will see tonight. They allowed 11 catches, 107 yards to 3 different Browns tight ends. These tight ends have absolutely eaten everything they want to against this Texans defense, and I think this is going to be no different here for the Carolina Panthers. Dan Arnold is going to have his opportunities. I think it's only going to take 2-3 catches for him to get this, because not only am I saying the yards are there, the yards per catch are there against these Texans linebackers, and I don't think they're going to have any answer for this guy tonight in Dan Arnold. I don't think that number's too low. It's kind of right in the middle of where his first 2 weeks have been. Books don't really know what to expect from him, but with this Texans defense, I really do think these tight ends are going to be in the mix, and therefore that leads me into number 3, partner. The other tight end on this team. I know it's crazy that I'm taking 2, but yard total is very low. This guy, his number is low because he has not been a huge pass catcher. That is Ian Thomas. I'm going over 7.5. Another one, I actually didn't see it on one of my books, but I did see it on the other one. He has only had 1 catch in the first 2 weeks. However, I mentioned those other 2 games that he played, the game plan was very different. He has, however, played 55% and 68% of snaps. So he is a very big blocking tight end. That's what his strength is. But once again, with the weakness of this Texans defense being their linebackers, at least on defense here, and opening up the door for all of these tight ends that they have faced. I mentioned it, 2 and 3 tight ends in the first 2 weeks. It wasn't just one tight end eating anything they want. It was whoever the hell is catching passes and at a very high yards per catch clip. So I do believe it's only going to take 1 catch here for Ian Thomas. I think he's going to get a couple here. They're going to leak him out a couple times, give him a couple opportunities. And we're going to take care of both of these tight end props at these low numbers. These guys aren't household names. I don't think it's going to matter that these numbers are too low. It doesn't seem too good to be true to me. Give me both of these tight ends to have a nice night here tonight, partner.
You know this before the show, and it sounds like you were trying to convince me pretty heavily there. I'm still a little bit tentative on him. I like him. One thing that I'm glad you mentioned, but I almost think it might play reverse into it, and I'm probably going to still put a little bit of something down on both leagues. I always back your plays. But that Jags tight end room, all the other receivers in Jacksonville have not lived up to any type of height and can't catch a pass worth their ass. So the tight ends
have nice days in week 1.
The tight ends are the only pass catchers they have that I'm considering. Week 2, the Browns, we already know that Jarvis Landry went out, and then they didn't have OBJ already, and the wide receivers didn't do anything great either. So they had to depend a lot on that 21 personnel and multiple tight ends on the field in order to make that passing game go and dink and dunk down the field. So I'm a little concerned that's not going to be the game plan for the Panthers tonight. I'm thinking they're going to let DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson absolutely eat, and then anytime they shut that down, they're going to dump it off to CMC.
Okay.
I will still back this, though, and especially, too, with those previous tight ends, with them being so low, those totals so low like that. Like, yeah, they should absolutely destroy those totals, and you know what we always say on the show? When it seems real easy, it's a little bit, I'm beating this thing all to hell today, you know. Either way, can't really hear anything. So, that all being said, as I fix the headphones here, some point in time I will get them ready to rock and roll while I'm still talking to you guys. Oh, now we're good to go. Magically, they come back. You heard it there. My partner's second and third prop plays of the day. I will still be sprinkling on them, even though I am a little bit tentative. It just seems too good to be true to me, but I love his analysis, so I will be backing Dan Arnold over 21.5 receiving yards and Ian Thomas over 7.5 receiving yards. There's my partner's 3 best prop bets of the evening for Thursday Night Football. Partner, I know you got a spread pick and a total pick. We're lining up exactly the same on this. I have no questions here. why don't you lay down whichever one you want first?
All right, first one, I'll start with that spread. We caught it at -7.5. I do believe it is right around there this morning at the time of recording on this live show. We are taking Panthers -7.5. If you watched us, I do believe that was Tuesday's show. We hammered it in live on the show when the Davis Mills news came out.
Uno segundo, Juan. Just 1 second, my friend.
Okay.
We'll get there.
We're liking the Panthers -7.5. We did have a few concerns here and there through since we made that pick on the show on Tuesday, but I think we're kind of back on the Panthers here.
Yeah.
We really think Davis Mills is going to struggle all night long here. If Tyrod, what do you call him? Tyrod covers?
Tyrod covers, baby.
Covers. If he was in, I think we might be on the Texans tonight.
Yeah.
But Davis Mills has played about 11 full games of college football coming into this game, let alone any good NFL football. Obviously, he was sprinkled in there last week and was not good, but he doesn't even have that much college experience, partner. 11 full games played, and I do believe they were 6-5 in those 11 games. Obviously, last year it was 5 games because of a COVID-shortened season.
Right.
Year before, he only played about half the season. And it's against a Pac-12 that was pretty damn mediocre the last 2 years. This is a low point in Pac-12. Now this year it's picking up. We're not talking about that. But I have no faith in Davis Mills to move this ball at all for the Houston Texans offense. He'll probably try and find Brandon Cooks a little too much, and I think it's going to be a little too predictable. This Carolina Panthers defense has been very, very solid, and I just don't see how the Texans put up more than 10 points on this team here tonight, partner.
I don't see it at all either. I am definitely very concerned about Davis Mills as well. I actually have a little bit of a prop play on him in addition, but I'll talk about that here in a little while. But I too am on the 7.5. You started off mentioning, hope you guys tune in live and watch the show live. And if this 7.5 hits and for some reason they sneak in the back door on the 8.5, now you have more reason to as to why. We got the Davis Mills news live on the show and hammered the 7.5 live on the show. So that's how we got that line when you're finding 8.5 on a lot of books. All that being said, a couple of key things that I wanted to mention here in addition to what my partner had said. You think about the quarterback class. You mentioned where he was drafted. He is a third round draft pick. And with this quarterback class and him dropping to the third round, you got to think there's a reason for that. But all that being said, I just don't think the Texans offense is going to have enough at all for this Panthers defense. They are first in the league in total yards, pass yards, rush yards allowed, and points allowed right now. They are absolutely killing it on the defensive side of the ball. I picked them up fantasy-wise and plug and play them this week against the Texans. Also, I don't think the Texans defense is going to have anything for Carolina's attack. They are 17th in total yards, 18th against the pass, 17th in rush yards, and 20th in points allowed. I am not going to back any of that. And last but certainly not least, since Matt Rule has taken over these Carolina Panthers, my friends, they are 7-1 ATS on the road. Under Rule as well, they are 8-3 ATS in non-division games and 7-3 ATS last 10 games overall, 4-1 ATS last 5.
Love it.
Not to mention, Texans, you know I'm a day of the week trend or a weekday homer.
Of course.
4-9 ATS last 13 week 3 games. I don't give a hot damn about this line. Hammer it in. Panthers, -7.5 or -8. I think they take care of the -8 as well. Do you have that stat?
I do have one last stat. Yeah, there was a couple contradicting stats here. There was one that, for the Texans' sake, that I don't even want to say it has me concerned. I think it's a just very big coincidence. But this one that we do like here, since 2003, favorites of 7 points or more on Thursday night, 45-24 ATS, 65%. All other days, 48% for favorites of 7 points or more.
Absolutely love it. And you know, if you tuned into yesterday's show, we got some dogs of 7 points or more that we are hammering in over the weekend here. So, hey, hopefully that trend plays in our favor, but it is a very solid trend, so we're playing into it here tonight. Now, partner, there's the spread pick. We're taking the Panthers. Now, if it goes up much over 8.5, my friends, I suggest you be very, very tentative. Yeah. Actually, I'd be a little worried at 8.5. I'd like the 8 because I think they might sneak in the back door and get it right at 8. So if you're seeing it at 8 now, hammer, 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 hammer. All that being said, we got to play on the total too, if you will. Partner, Let them have it.
Alrighty, so we are going with the trend breaker in prime time over-underers.
Let's go!
And we're going under 43.5. This is a perfect one, my friend, because you know the public, because of that trend, is going to just continue hammering overs until they hit.
Correct.
And why not
These
a
squares.
very low total in a...
Not the Sharps.
Yeah, a very low total with a team that is starting a rookie third-round quarterback with 4 days to prepare for a very good defense. We're taking under 43.5. This Panthers defense, much like the analysis for our spread pick, is going to absolutely dominate the Texans offense. And I think that Panthers offense is, I want to say dominate, but not in the sense where they're going to put up 40 points themselves. They're going to control the game the entire game. It's going to be kind of similar to what they've done the last 2 weeks. Put up right around 20 to 27 points and have really no fear of the other team coming really anywhere close to winning the game.
Yeah.
And, not to contradict the spread, because I don't think it's going to come anywhere near that. I was going to say I think it's going to be similar to the Jets game, but they're not going to let the Texans slide in at the end there. I think they might even put up a few more points and be, I don't know what your prediction is. Actually, I think I do know what your prediction is, but I think we're very similar. 27-10 is right around where
That's exactly my prediction.
and that's where right around where I'm at as
exactly my
well.
prediction.
So, and that's 10 points max for the Texans.
What could go wrong?
I know. And I would be shocked if this one went over, if I'm being honest with you. I think this is going to be a trend breaker, partner, and it's going to be 6-1 to the over on primetime.
Yeah, if you guys have been following along here recently too, I have started star ranking my plays, 1 to 3 stars. A 3-star, hammer the absolute shit out of it. Start there. If you're trying to stay a little bit lower in volume when you play my plays that you see like that, stick with the 3 stars first, then move into those 2 stars. Those are the ones I'm still very confident in, but I found a thing or two here, a trend or two here that could say, yeah, maybe. And then those 1 stars. Those 1 stars, I just have to play for my benefit. I know I probably shouldn't. I know that these things aren't right, but I cannot see how in the hell this bad boy cannot hit. So if you see a 1 star, you feel like sweating real hard with me, run that one. But most of the time I say stay away from my 1 star plays. All that being said, this is a 3-star play here on the under, my friends. First things first, that 6-0 over trend for primetime games. That is a public trend and a half. This opened at 44, and the Wise guys quickly hammered it down. Oh, speaking of Wise, if you haven't checked out Wise Words episode number 3 that dropped yesterday, our other podcast, go check it out after we get done with today's show. But the Wise guys hammered this bad boy down to 43, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
It started at 45, right?
44.
44, okay.
44, yeah. Hammered it down to 43, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Caught the hook back at 43.5 when it dropped down to there, and it's kind of projected it might go all the way down to 41 if it starts to pick up the steam here this afternoon closer to game time. Right now, it's getting 40% of bets with 48% of money, so clear side that these sharps have taken their position on. But all that being said, I already talked about Davis Mills being the 3rd-round pick in this quarterback class. There is a reason for that, my friends, and I do not see the Texans putting up more than 2 touchdowns on Carolina. I don't even see him putting up 2 touchdowns. I see a touchdown and a field goal. That is really it. A lot of sputtering drives. But if you don't believe me, last but certainly not least, I got the trends for you. The under is 4-0 in Carolina's last 4 following an ATS win. Under is 5-0 in Carolina's last 5 overall. It is 7-4, the under, in Carolina's last 12 non-division games. And as a matter of fact, those non-division games have all been under Matt Rule. And Carolina is 11-7 to the under in regular season games under Matt Rule.
Love it.
Give me the under here. It is going to be a trend breaker. We are now going to be 6-1 to the over once this primetime game between the Texans and the Panthers is over tonight. So, hey, there you go. There you have it. Our 2 plays on the spread and the game total. We got Texans minus 7.5, minus 8.
Oh, you said Texans.
Oh, my goodness. Nah, see, that was just the whole reverse osmosis thing I like to typically do. So Panthers minus 7.5. Wouldn't take it over minus 8. That's kind of where my head was going there. Why I said Texans, I believe. But don't take it over minus 8. Much better value there. To the 8.5 is a little bit sketchy. And then we're also taking under 43.5 or whatever you're current finding it on your book. The game total. That all being said,
love it.
There you go. There you have it. All right, my friends. Let's keep this show steaming on down the tracks with the second segment of the day. My best bets of the day. All right. Well, we don't need to waste any time with the spread. You know how I feel about that. I gave you the key trends and things that I agree with on my partner as well. And then we don't need to talk about the total. We already knocked everything out. So 3 props coming at you, my friends, and my prop game has been hot.
Hey, after my rough week 1, I've bounced back, my friend, as well.
Bouncing
you
back.
are hot.
Bouncing back, but I ain't had no rough patches at all yet, so we're staying hot. Have had a loss here or there, so the sacrifices have been okay, so I think we're staying hot.
2-1, 3-1 type shit.
That's what I'm saying. So, this all being said, let's get into my props of the night. First things first, yes, Mr. Sotelo, you did correctly predict my first prop of the evening, and I cannot wait to dish it out. I saw you just drop something, and I'll come back to read that as soon as I get done with this, because I saw the laughing face, and I'm excited to read that now. But first prop, Christian McCaffrey, over 50.5 receiving yards. I locked it in last night at 50.5. I would be comfortable up to 52.5. I would be okay there too. I'd be all right around 52. Maybe if it gets to 52.5, be a little tentative, but 52, I'm pretty doggone comfortable with. I still think it gets way over because CMC is back, baby. There is no question about it. There's no more. Is he going to be able to come back? Is he going to be able to produce at the same level? Yes, undeniably to every possible question that you could have about Christian McCaffrey. I do believe that Carolina gets off to a nice 1.5 score game lead. They kind of start expanding that lead, but they control time of possession by just dumping it off to Christian McCaffrey. I still think he's going to have the rushing yards, most definitely, but I think those are going to be kind of later on in the game script. I think early they're just going to let McCaffrey eat on the outsides. And this one's just priced way too low for me. I put him closer to at least 60 to 70 yards. It did open at 49.5, so it's already ticked up. It's been bouncing back and forth to that 50.5, 52, somewhere in that ballpark. I would be just fine hammering the over anywhere you find it because he is already 2-0 to the over this year with 89 and 65 receiving yards respectively. And then dating back to September 8th of 2019 before he took the brutal injury, ACL tear last year, he is 13-8 to the over at 51.5, actually 51.5, not 50.5. I looked these up for a little bit of an uptick in case that happened today. And 10-2 to the over 51.5 in his last 12 games overall. So he is back in action. He's rocking and rolling. No worries about CMC. He is always part of the game plan when it comes to games like this, and they are going to let him eat in the receiving and rushing yards total for my partner over there. But my first prop bet of the evening, Christian McCaffrey, over 50.5 receiving yards, or whatever you're finding it on your book right now.
I love it, my man. It's been a while since he's had a primetime game to show out too, so I don't think that's nothing either.
Went KC 989. Yep. See, there you go. There you go. Exactly. Everything I was basically just rocking through in different totals. So yeah, exactly. It's a no-brainer. I think they ticked it lower just because they're trying to say the books are trying to get people to hit that under. Like, why is it at 50? They're trying to set me up here. I think this is one of those spots where people are going to get a little bit too intuitive, if you will. So I think, hey, hammer the absolute mess out of the over. So next pop up on the board for me, pardon me. Let me get a quick sip of H2O. I feel like it.
That's all you.
High quality. Okay, back to it.
Good sip.
Good sip. You look good. Second prop of the evening coming from me. We're going to Robbie Anderson, and I'm going to his receiving yards total as well. Taking over 44.5. I think this is incredibly, predominantly, severely, ridiculously underpriced.
Disrespectful almost.
Disrespectful almost. I would dare say. And I believe he gets at least 50 here this evening, my friends. No harm, no foul about it. You know, the connection between him and Darnold is very, 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 very real. But it's just been DJ Moore getting fed through the first two games. I do believe in prime time, with what they've had the connection in the past, I think this is Robbie Anderson breakout night. I think he might have north of 50. I think he might have north of 60 or 70. I'm not saying go and run those alternate line totals tickets to the window, but I'm saying that I think he could have a damn good night. Now, a couple things I wanted to kind of key you in on. He did play with Darnold already for 2 years. We know that, right? In New York. Terrible to this total. I looked at the total 44.5 and I went back 2 years with Darnold, 2018, 2019, 11-19 to the over. So 19-11 to the under at 44.5. Absolutely terrible. 1 year out of that shit-ass offense into Carolina last year, got signed 12-4 to the over 44.5. Already, including this year, 13-5 to the over. So that's just to show you Darnold has the ability to get it fed to him as well. I absolutely love it. It has been a complete flip of the script for Robbie Anderson's career since he got out of that terrible Adam Gase umbrella and has had the opportunity to actually have some good games. I believe that this is priced exactly where it is because he is coming off of a 38-yard performance with 3 catches on 6 targets against the Saints this past week. The Texans are no Saints. I do not think he is going to have near as many drops or nearly as many contested catches.
I like the 6 targets, honestly.
I love the 6 targets as well. And I think if by the bare minimum, we get to at least 50 receiving yards. Got it projected right around 49.5 across a couple different locations. I love it here, my friends. I'm hammering it in. I suggest you to. Second prop bet of the day, Robbie Anderson, over 44.5 receiving yards.
I like it.
Oh,
got nothing else on there? Those 6 targets. Sorry. No, I mean, I mentioned
some bitch. No, I'm good. I'm
sorry.
good.
Those 6 targets helped me out a lot.
Hey, quick sip, and I'm back into the game, baby.
Because I was
don't need
honestly
no bench time. Let's rock. Let's rock.
I was honestly, I don't want to say I was concerned about this one. It wasn't jumping out to me, and then I guess I didn't look at the 6 targets from last week. That helps me out. That makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah, and with it only being 38 yards and then ticking it up to 44, books ticked it up because they know they're going to go over, but they just want to keep it right at that 44. So absolutely love it. Third, final prop play of the day. I am a dumb ass. Alexander Dumois, if you are a fan of the Shawshank Redemption. Alexander Dumbass, that is Dumois Hamilton for the famous scene. All that being said, I saw this number on Tuesday night, and I said, nah, it'll stay there.
Yeah.
It dropped down over 12 points. What am I doing? I got to lock it in now because it still, I think, is going way lower than this. I already told you I might have a play here, and I do. I'm going to Davis Mills passing yards total, and I am going under 216.5 passing yards. Boys and girls, it is really hard for me to envision him. What is
213.5.
213.5. Okay, so let me tell you, I would suggest you hammer the absolute mess out of that quick. I do not envision him getting anything going at any point at all. He did last week when he replaced Tyrod. Where's it at on
211.5 on DraftKings.
Okay, so it's dropping quick, fast, and in a hurry, boys and girls.
Wasting a second
quick,
over here.
fast, and in a hurry.
So, I have not locked it in yet.
Let me tell you. Last week, when he replaced Tyrod, he went 8 of 18. That is 42% passing with 102 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And I do not believe that he even gets close to 200 yards. I did a little bit of calculations. If he sticks right around that 42%, with 36 attempts, I see him right at 191.25 yards. If he goes up to 40 total attempts, a round up from that 18, he doubles his 18 that he got when he replaced Tyrod. I see him getting 204 yards. Quick calculations I did there, going over some stuff. And then when I did my projections across a couple different locations, as I always do, got it right around 207 to 205, somewhere in there. So projections are good. Calculations are good. Third round rookie quarterback getting a start in prime time.
On
a short week against the number 1 defense in the league right now. Give me Davis Mills under 216.5 receiving yards, wherever you're finding that. Probably something different. Hammer the shit out of it, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Like the Titanic.
If it gets below 210, leave it alone.
Yep.
Leave it alone.
Yep.
But right there, hammer the shit out of it because I saw it at 228.5. 228.5, and I got it at 216.5. So I screwed up. I always tell you, you see a line, smash the shit out of it. Even more of a reason for you to now as well. So there you go. Enough time on that. Third and final prop of the day. Now, you might say to yourself, Colt, you've got everything taken care of as far as the Thursday night football game.
Sure.
Panthers, Texans. We got a spread pick. We got a total pick. Fuck, we got 6 props we can choose from now. I mean, this is going to be a hell of an evening.
I think so.
Is the way I'm seeing this shake out. But Colt, there's a college football game going on tonight, and you guys claim to watch college football. What could you possibly be doing? We want to know something about that. Well, what do you think I am, pal? Of course you're going to get to know something about that. I got 2 plays for you, baby. 2 plays coming at you live in prime time right now. Now, as I do this, I got to get my Action Network app popped up real quick because I want to see something and I want to make sure it's still at the right spot. Yep. Oh, baby girl, this got even better. Okay, so that all being said, my friends, I'm going to the game tonight, the lone college football game. It is just tantalizing anytime we get college football and NFL at the same time. Holy shiitake mushrooms. That all being said, I'm going to Marshall, App State, and I'm taking the dog. I'm taking Marshall Thundering Herd plus 7.5, and I too, my friends, I'm going to take a little sprinkle on their money line. I'm going to go a half unit now as well on their money line. So, a couple of key reasons for this. We've seen a few hot Thursday and Friday night games so far this season. In my mind, this is already playing out with me even seeing how these teams are doing, reading anything on Twitter, anything. This is a last team to get it in the end zone wins type of game, and I think it'll end by 6 either way if that's what happens, or a field goal. Last team to score wins is how this game is going to end. I do not care. There is no way Marshall is going to pull away from App State. No way App State is going to pull away from Marshall. And any time that you see Marshall as an underdog, you have to take a punt, no pun intended, on them absolutely thundering down the field, if you will. Again, full of puns here this morning. Why do I say that to you, my friends? Because it is a rare fucking opportunity, and you need to hammer it in. How many times have they been underdogs in their last 25 games, the Marshall Thundering Herd? Only 4 times overall. And one of those 4 last season. Against who? These App State Mountaineers. What was the total? Plus 6.5. How'd the game end? Marshall won 17-7, baby. I absolutely love this play again. They are very, very similarly matched teams. Now you can tell me, Colt, you are going to see App State run all over Marshall all night long. They have Cam, I can't remember his last name, but I know it's Cameron something, and he is a dog and a half. He's going to run all over him. Yeah, maybe, but Marshall's passing game will do more than enough to alleviate any issues there because App State's passing defense is just as bad as Marshall's rushing defense. So anything that's going to happen is going to cancel out. This is going to turn into a shootout. Nobody's going to control TOP. Nobody's going to have any major big. There will be a bunch of those big game-breaking plays. They'll be finishing drives. It is going to be an electric affair tonight, and you have to take the dog with the points on that. I truly believe, if Marshall does not absolutely collapse against ECU last week in the waning minutes, and they were always going to. I mean, it was 10.5 points. We hammered it in at 10.5. I mean, they were always going to lose. If they didn't collapse, this would be closer to a field goal. App State handled business against ECU to open up their season, and I believe that is why this is closer to a touchdown than what it should actually be at a field goal. Last but certainly not least, can you say severe monetary liability? You know how I gets down. Opened up 7.5, lost the hook, so it got easier for the Mountaineers to cover despite App State getting 64% of bets, and oh my goodness, it's actually changed, 63% of bets and 72% of money wagered on this game. Severe monetary liability, but that's on the spread. We'll click over to the money line. Even more, 93% of actual money wagered on this game at a money line of 292, minus 292.
Is 93 on the money line for App State?
93% on the money line. So can you say severe monetary liability? Say it with me, kids. There you go. It is absolutely ridiculous that the Thundering Herd are at plus 7.5. They are never underdogs 4 times. Last 25 games, I already told you. My friends, if you want to cash a ticket tonight, hammer in the plus 7.5, and I do believe they get this done outright as well, just because of everything that I'm already seeing already. So go ahead and put a half unit on the Thundering Herd's money line as well, and I'll see you at the pay window this evening, right around 10 o'clock once that game gets over with.
I think you got me in on this one, partner. I don't know about I might be maybe a little baby sprinkle on the money line, but I do like that 7.5. I do like that 7.5.
Marshall 5-2 ATS last 7 road games, 8-2 ATS last 10 as a road dog. App State 4-10 ATS last 14 as a favorite, and 1-5 ATS last 6 versus a team with a winning record. Give me the Thundering Herd to go on ahead and thunder on through the App State Mountaineers this evening.
All right.
My final 2 best bets of the day.
I like
1 unit, App State plus 7.5. Half unit, no. Marshall plus 7.5. Fuck. What am I doing today? Marshall money line.
Okay. There you
All right, there we go. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I get too excited. I forget who I'm actually
That was
taking.
almost a Daniel Jones 70-yard sprint down the field and then tripping at the 10-yard line.
So
You saved
that all
yourself, though, and
being
you got
said-
back up and you got it.
Okay. Well, maybe. I still feel like I kind of, I'm down on the half-inch line is where I feel like I'm at.
Well, you just got to cash these tickets and power it in.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay,
Wait a
okay,
minute. I'll
okay,
tell you how
okay,
we're going to
okay,
power it in.
okay, okay.
I got an idea how we can power it in. We ain't even got to cash the tickets.
Okay.
We can do it right here, right now.
Okay.
Now, you might have got a little confused. Colty messed up a few words. Maybe you missed a little bit of RMags analysis and insights. I don't know what the case might have been. But no need to fear, no need to fret. Rip out those sports books again. Get ready to hammer in today's best bets of the day because you know we always got your back and we'll flash them up on the screen so you can take a look and get them officially. So for the first time today, my friends, the TTL Crew's best bets of the day. There you go. There you have it. You see them right above us and over to the right side of your screen. But first things first, let's make a pit stop to the left side of your screen. Directly above us, RMags best bets of the day. He is taking, I'll stick with his props, and then I'll go to the spread and the total afterwards. His props, Christian McCaffrey, over 82.5 rushing yards. Dan Arnold, over 21.5 receiving yards. And Ian Thomas, over 7.5 receiving yards. As for my props on Thursday Night Football, I'm taking Christian McCaffrey over 50.5 receiving yards. Robbie Anderson, over 44.5 receiving yards, and Davis Mills under 216.5 passing yards. As a reminder, be sure to do your line shopping on all of those because they are all moving wildly, but all in our favor, might I add. That all being said, we are both lining up on the spread and the game total pick. We are hammering in Panthers minus 7.5. Don't go over -8. And the under 43.5, we like that down to 41. That all being said, 2 more plays on the screen. I know you see them. The right side, please direct your attention down to the bottom. Right over yonder, we are taking the Marshall Thundering Herd plus 7.5 for a full unit. And if you're ready to sweat and watch them pull one out in the waning moments, put a half unit on their money line as well at plus 225 or wherever you're finding it at on your favorite book.
Love it.
But I got to get it done officially. Lock them in, hammer them home, sprinkle a little bit of dough down. Whatever you need to say, just make sure you get today's TTL Crew best bets in at whatever the current line is on your favorite sports book. You know, I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious.
As am I.
I got to make sure I do everything the correct way on
Yeah,
the show
sure,
live
sure,
in
sure.
prime time so we don't get to fucking up any of the good juju we had going on. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
All right. Speaking in absolutes here, not butts, ifs, or maybes, all right? So, that all being said, my friends, one final time, eyes open wide, you see them, smash them in. Today's best bets of the day from the TTL Crew. Hokey dokey, artichokes. Well, 10:44 it is. We got the usual few little bits of information, few little bits of this or that to still get through here. So, that all being said, you guys know the drill. If you're one of the TTL faithful, let's get into it. Partner, anything burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, you have been dying to get out to the kind folks that joined us on episode number 131 of the TTL pod on this BEA beautiful September 23rd, 2021.
All right, partner. So this matchup, Carolina Panthers, Houston Texans. I didn't look deep into how many or if this is the case, but this might be a case where we have two teams that are like the lowest amount of games played against each other. Only 5 games in history because Carolina came to the league 95. Houston was 2002, I think. So it makes sense. There might be a couple other combinations that are lower than this, but it's got to be right down there. So Panthers lead the series 3-2. Can you name, so the Texans have had 5 different quarterbacks over those 5 games, 2003, 07, 11, 15, and 19. Panthers have had 3 different quarterbacks. 2 played 2 games, and then one in 2019 played 1. How many of these quarterbacks can you name from either of these teams? A couple of them are easy.
Okay, so can you give me the 5 years again?
I can. So 2003,
Okay.
2007. So, and I'll give you the hint that 03 and 07, Carolina had the same quarterback.
Okay.
2011, 2015, Carolina had the same quarterback. And then 2019 is the fifth year.
Okay, so 03, 07, 11 and 15, and 19. So 11 and 15, I'm going to say Cameron Newton.
Yes, sir.
So that's a pretty easy one. For the Texans, I'll say Matt Schaub.
That is 2007.
That's 2007. Okay, so I'd still right. 2003, I will go...
If you get the Texans on 2003, I don't know what I'd do because I've never heard of this guy. So
Really? Okay, all right. So I'll
I don't even know
I'll
if
save
you
that for a second. Then 11 and 15 would have been... Oh. Why? Who would that have been? Oh, man. Schaub is the only guy that's just like popping out in my mind right
well,
now.
there's a certain 2019 Texans you should get.
Yeah, 2019 is obviously Deshaun.
Yeah.
2019 Panthers would have been Teddy Two Gloves?
No.
Or was it still...
This one, I mean, you'll know the name. I don't know if
Kyle Allen?
Yes, sir. Kyle
so it was
Allen.
Kyle Allen, okay. And then... Oh, fuck, that's got me pissed at 03.
Early 2000s Panthers quarterback, though. 2003,
Early
2007, same quarterback for them.
That would have been... Oh, no. I can see the face. I can't think of it. Oh, no. Okay, what I at least got...
You got Cam Newton and Kyle Allen, so that's 2 of the 3 quarterbacks for the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Matt Schaub and Deshaun Watson. So there's 3
I got
quarterbacks.
the easy ones. Give me the Texans and the rest of the Panthers. Damn.
Jake Delhomme
Oh!
for the Panthers.
That was 2019 or
No,
2003?
2003, 2007, yeah.
Dang,
Early 2000s
dude, I
quarterback
haven't
for the
seen-
Panthers.
Wow.
For the Texans, 2003, Tony Banks. Don't remember that one. That was the one that I told you. I don't think you would get that one. You got Matt Schaub in 07, TJ Yates, the Yates of Hell in 2011.
Oh,
and
shit.
then Ryan Mallett, 2015.
Wow.
Some tough ones for the Texans.
Yeah, I totally forgot about Ryan Mallett.
And the fucking Yates of Hell, baby.
Yeah, dude, totally forgot about him. Damn. Hey, I'm not too bad on the old
Nah,
football
not too bad.
knowledge.
Not
Not
too
bad.
bad.
What? I'm about 50% there.
Let's see.
4 for
something
8?
like that.
Something like that?
1,
Or
2,
4 for 7?
3, 4.
3 for 7?
I think you got 4 for 8.
4 for 8? All right. Hey, well,
Not bad.
not bad.
Yeah, there were some tough ones there.
Yeah, there
Jake
were definitely
Delhomme's
some
the only
tough
one that I wish you would have gotten, and I'm sure you did as well. But hey,
50%, so about
50%.
as good as my MLB gambling. So
There you go.
there you go. What do you know about that? And you add about 15% onto that. That's the NFL streak.
Hey,
so
hey.
let's keep rocking it and rolling it, huh? All right, all that being said, partner, thank you for your sidebar. Of
course.
Usual fucking banter. Always appreciated. All that being said, producer Colt's double checking everything's good to go on this side of the page. It sure is, or table rather. A couple announcements, mi compadres. If you are not privy to it, you know I am the resident UFC guy. UFC, baby. We got 266 Volk versus Ortega. Versus Ortega coming up this weekend. Then we got Miss Bullet Shevchenko
Yes,
versus
sir.
Miss Lauren Murphy. We also have a loaded scrap affair, absolutely bomb fest between Jairzinho Rosenstruik and Curtis Blades.
Yep.
Sign me up for that. And then the old dogs come in, and I'm very interested to write about this, and I can't wait to write about this for you guys. Nick Diaz and Robbie Lawler.
I was interested to see some stuff Nick Diaz was saying yesterday. I'm sure you are as well.
Well, what do you got?
It was weird stuff like, I don't know why I'm doing this. The only person I should be fighting is Usman, this and that. It didn't sound motivated.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that as well.
It didn't sound very motivated.
Because you know me, I get into the back deep bones of the UFC, and like I watched like the videos of them. Okay, so you know, like when you're watching a UFC fight and like the guys right before their announcement, they have those bright orange lights behind them, and they're like doing their shit. So I watched the videos of them making those shots.
Right.
That's how into UFC I am.
Right.
So I was watching the videos of them doing that for Nick Diaz yesterday, and it just like
He just seems like
I was
he's just kind of
like,
there,
Nick,
right?
I was just, what the fuck? Like, I mean, it was just like, it was the worst form I've ever seen him have. And now the Diaz brothers, the Diaz army never have great
Right.
form, but
Right.
he was just like, And I was just like, Nick, what is that? Like, what are you doing? Like, they're going to show that before the fight, and everybody's going to go run to the window and hammer in Robbie. Like,
Right.
What are you doing?
Maybe just all a facade, like he's going to come out and be a fucking dog. I don't know.
It could be. I mean, I don't think he should be fighting Usman, because if some perchance he fucking beats Usman and becomes the 170 champ, like that is just that's fucked in and of itself. So, all that being said, you can see how quick I can go down a rabbit hole here. What I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna make it half and half, and I'm gonna do the picks. I'll give you all of my picks. I'll give you my early prelims, and main card picks. I'll give analysis for all of those. It'll be like 3 to 5 sentences, nothing crazy. You're not gonna have to fucking bulldoze through something to get what I'm taking. And then I'll do the second half is kind of like more of a fight fan perspective, more storylines, like, yo, here's what's actually going on with this, like this might play into this, XYZ. So because I enjoy the shit out of doing that.
Yeah.
Like when we did it with the ransom reactions, like just to be able to talk shit about something that I really, really know I'm so passionate about. And a lot of you guys don't know, like I used to fight in a former life. I was an amateur fighter, so it holds a special place in my heart from the discipline, attitude, and respect. Some things that the average everyday fight fan just doesn't really know the meaning of those words in the art. So I view it from a totally different lens, and I absolutely fucking love it. So what do you got there?
Want me to get this? This is the quote for sure from Nick Diaz.
Here we go.
I don't know why I'm doing this. This should not happen. Whoever set this up is an idiot. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why this happened. I should be fighting Kamaru Usman, and that's it. And then
did he not realize he signed the dotted line?
That's what I'm saying. And then Ariel Helwani kind of went like, I don't know what this is about. This doesn't seem right. And then he goes back and forth with Conor McGregor, like, relax, just a scrap. And then at the end of this exchange, Conor used it as a plug for his fucking title sport cream, whatever the hell it is. It was all this
plant-based
cream.
It was
just like he responded, Ariel responded, and he's like, "Try this. If you feel pain anywhere on the body, this is my reaction after being on." Like, used it as a whole ad. It was so fucking goofy.
That shit was all over the place in the box. He was at Wrigley.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't know, he was at Wrigley, sang the seventh inning stretch, gave out the first pitch, all that shit. And we go down that rabbit hole too,
Sure.
but. What the fuck was I just? What was I gonna say about him?
The cream or whatever.
Oh yeah, when they apparently he's Taylor McGregor's cousin.
Yeah.
The now color commentator, well not color commentator, but announcer, and so I guess you'd call her color commentator. I love her work. She's awesome on Marquee.
Like on-field reporter.
Yeah, on-field. There you go, on-field reporter. So yeah, I mean, I had no idea they were cousins, and they took a picture together, and it's just all in the background.
Yeah.
Popper 12 and the total, this and that, and just like you're a fucking walking marketing.
Yeah,
just that's all you do. You're a marketing product. I mean, that man, I still love Conor regardless. I mean, I have followed him since he was coming up in Cage Warriors. I mean, the kid is insane, and I know he's had some bad raps in the media, and some shit happened the last few fights. And your wife is in me DMs, and we all know the shit that's happened. But I'm excited to see him back. I can't fucking believe he's out walking around, hopping and about, doing this, that, and the third after absolutely crushing his. I mean, he obliterated his entire. It was already broken, and then he just destroyed it. It was gone. So. I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens. If he's going to, what's the timetable? What are we looking like?
Yeah.
I know not at least until 2022, but I miss Mystic Mac.
Yeah, so do I. I switching back to 266. I used a little. I had a free bet on one of my apps. I used it on Mr. T City plus money.
They don't call me T City for nothing, baby. Triangle City.
I like it.
You know, I could see Mr. Volk getting pieced up on the feet, and I'll talk about it. Pieced up on the fucking feet, because how good Ortega looked against TKZ,
yeah, man,
blew my fucking mind.
Same with me.
Blew my fucking mind. And if this motherfucker shows up tomorrow out of nowhere with his head shaved, I'm putting the fucking mortgage on it.
Yeah.
I don't care. T City is going to come out, and the reason I believe that is he's going to have this huge advantage on the feet. He's got the range, he's got everything, and then when Volk starts getting worried and starts to take that fight down to the ground, down to the canvas, then you are now in deep waters.
Yeah.
You are in... Brian Ortega on his back is one of the most dangerous men on the planet. And, like, it's insane sometimes to say that. Like, a man on his back has more weapons
Just as dangerous.
than you can even
Not
fuck
more.
it. Like, him completely
Yeah.
just fucked is more dangerous than you could ever imagine being in one pinky standing up. I mean, I don't see it. I think it's insane, and I think that we got underdog T-City.
As far as the line is concerned, as it seems
champ.
to me, and maybe you, I'm sure you agree with this, but as far as the line's concerned, I don't think the public knows too much about either of these guys, and they just see the reigning champion and see the minus next to his name.
Well, they're also going to see that Volkanovski beat Holloway back-to-back.
Right.
And they're also
Holloway kind of when he was, I think Holloway's back now. At the time, Holloway was kind of...
I think Ortega could take that, and it would be a fight and a fucking half. What Holloway did against Cater, in my mind, is the same thing that Ortega did against TKZ.
Yeah.
I mean, those were just boxing clinics.
Right.
Clinics. I mean, CLINICS, my friend, dude.
Excited for the
Send
whole
me
thing.
through the roof, dude. I cannot wait. There's a bunch of good fights on the undercard, everything there too. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that. We got. Hey, see, you never know what rabbit hole we're gonna get into. You will be seeing that blog from me. I'll post it on social media, everything like that. But if you just go to Talking the Line, Colts blog, it'll be under my MMA blogs come probably Saturday morning.
Sick.
I do believe.
Love it.
So all that being said, we got through today's show. Nothing major. Hey, if you haven't stopped by episode number 3 of the Wise Words podcast, I suggest you certainly do so. I have now rewatched it for the 3rd time, and I found more things that I didn't catch the first time or got more clarification on that I heard differently the first time.
Sure.
Man, I tell you what, David Behrman is... he's going to be going places here very soon, sooner rather than later. I mean, he spent a lot of time behind the desk and grinding for ESPN and now being the deputy editor. And, man, the more and more I think he gets camera front-facing like that. And I saw him on the morning
Grid,
after,
right?
Sports Grid. Yeah, I mean, total free plug for our guy DB, if you watch the episode. Our guy DB, man, I cannot wait to see where he goes and what he does and what the future of ESPN sports betting has, man. To be able to talk to somebody that produces and edits the content that I sit on the couch here in the studios and watch on Sunday mornings, like, what is my life, dude? Like, what is going on right now? I'm telling you guys, you do not want to miss this. And also, if you missed the other two, Preston Johnson and the legendary Joe D'Amico, loads of other content. They're only about 30, 45 minutes long. We don't go even near the hour and a half that we typically do on the Daily Show. So definitely something to think about there. If you have not stopped by, they're available on all major podcast directories. Just search the Wise Words podcast. You'll see it, Wise Words, Talking the Line Sports Media, green and black logo. You'll see everything there. Or if you just like to watch on YouTube, you can just hit that playlist button or the playlist tab, and you'll see the Wise Words podcast. All of them right there for you. Nice and easy viewing pleasure. We do have some other content we're working on. Confirmed a few things yesterday as far as equipment, and looks like it's all good to go. So October 3rd, that's all I'm going to tell you. Week after that, quite possibly maybe something you'll see live in primetime, or the week after that. Just depends on how long it might take to edit. That's all you're going to get. There you go. There you have it. All that being said, few key reminders before I give you the most important part of this show, what we all need: extra inspiration, motivation. Couple key reminders. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, notification bell if you haven't already. I don't know why you sat here for this whole show and didn't do it. I'm a little upset you didn't, but I'll forgive you for now. Just hit it right there. We'll be all good. Everything's cool. While you're doing that, hit that like button too. Leave us a rating. Leave us a comment. Make sure you share it with all your friends, partners, neighbors, enemies, brothers, sisters, uncles, grandmothers, grandfathers, anybody that you so please. We are for all. First time better to daily degenerate. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate it when you do. And I didn't tell this to you at the beginning of the show, but it only helps us make TTL Sports Media bigger and better for each and every one of you. If you are listening also on your favorite podcast directory, hit that bad boy there as well. Outside of that, you're looking for additional content, our social platforms, maybe the website, all one convenient location, one nice, even location. You can go to this episode's description, find the Talking the Line link tree, hit that bad boy, and it pops up. Our website, link to that, all of the links to our social platforms, and all of the links to our additional content, so you can consume all of that whenever the hell you just so please, and never stop getting TTL insights and analysis. All that being said, before we get into the motivation minutes, quick check of any type of late breaking news.
Slow news morning over here.
It is a slow news morning. This was 2 hours ago, so this was before the show we even started the show. Brett Hundley did get upgraded. So I'm still not really concerned about it, but Brett Hundley got upgraded, and then they got Jacob Eason. So it's a little concerning that they're going to be doing that, but if I know Carson Wentz and this game is this game, they're going to play Carson Wentz. They're not just going to piss this game down the drain. It's not going to happen.
No, but seeing the name Brett Hundley from my own experiences gave me a little
I forgot
a dirty
about
little
that.
chill down my spine. However,
yeah,
he did come through for me a couple times as far as spots like this where you need him to either cover, or we had a bet where our buddy and I always have a Packers-Bears record bet. And it was the year where Brett Hundley was the guy. And Brett Hundley still took care of that for me. So, ugly place in my heart, nice place in my heart for that. So, we'll see.
Show enough.
I don't want to see him, though.
Me neither.
I don't want to see him.
Me neither, my friend. But hopefully, fingers, toes crossed, we got Carson Wentz coming on Sunday.
Yes,
that all being said, that's really all I got. Let's get into, to close out the show, my motivation minutes of the day. All right, my friends. Oh, here he is. Let's see. Rome DMV under 48 or over 36 for total. Oh, wowzy, Kapowski. Yeah, definitely. I would just take where it's at right now. Under, if you're finding on your book above 41.5 or at, I like it down to 41.5. Smash the shit out of the under. The value's there.
Wouldn't do over 36.
Yeah, I
could
do over
see it being
36. I could see it being, honestly, maybe, but I could see it 27-10 and it's at 37. That's the sweat you get. So,
or like 20-7 even. I don't even know.
It's going to be one of those sweaters, and you're going to see that 6-0 to the over in primetime games trend snap in half here today. So, smack the absolute mess out of that under. One final time, just so you guys know. Appreciate you tuning in, stopping by, Rome. Love to see you. All that being said, it is currently the under. It is most books. It's down to 43. Lost the hook. Right now, it's getting 40% of bets with a whopping 52% of actual money wagered on the total.
Good stuff.
CMC over 18 carries. We didn't hammer in the carries, but
I do like that.
I do like that.
I
don't mind that at all. Partner did. Hey,
I got the rushing total.
Hey, no problem. Oh my goodness, what the fuck's we here for?
Yeah,
We
no
don't
sweat,
give
man.
a fuck. I mean, come on, hold on. Wait a minute. I guess it's not time for motivation minutes yet. I apologize. Hey, we love it. We fucking love it. So, partner hammered in CMC over 82.5 rushing yards, and I ripped in CMC over 50.5 receiving yards. So,
And with my play, I do expect him to have 20 carries plus.
20 at
20 plus.
least. 20 at least. So, hey, no big deal. That's what we always tell you guys. We love connecting with you. We love being impromptu. Never know what fucking rabbit hole you're going to go down here at the TTL pod. So, yeah, there you go. Any Philip Lindsay, we didn't touch on him. I did see that 21.5.
21.5.
I'm going to say that's a stay
I just don't know
away.
what to expect from this Texans running back.
I
room.
have no idea. But Davis Mills under 213.5.
Yeah.
It is quickly dropping fast and in a hurry. So I suggest you take a look at that bad boy. That was one of my best bets of the day. But you can always go back once we wrap up the show to the best bets of the day. We'll have it clipped out there for you so you can check that out.
I definitely don't dislike the Philip Lindsay one. I wouldn't hate that by any means. It definitely just wasn't anything that jumped out to me.
He's got every fucking play in the book right now.
23.5
I'm
completions.
gonna say that's a stay away for me for sure too.
Yeah.
I don't know all too much.
That's probably a good. That's
It's
right
probably
around.
right
around that one, yeah.
You might go over and then it's going to be right at 23. So I would say leave that one be for now. But all right, if you want to drop any more, I got to click over to the other screen here so I can produce Tay's show real quick for my motivation mini oats.
Yeah, get that done, and if we
as
got
I do
anything
that,
else,
we'll pop back on into it. So back to my motivation minutes real quick, and if we got any others, we'll get it. But hey, little did you know, you get inspiration and motivation on a daily sports gambling show. You ain't finding it nowhere else. If you got another show that does it, please let me know. I would love to have them on as a guest and do the same thing with them, but I ain't seeing it out there. So, that all being said, if you are a fan of my motivation minutes, you've heard this before, but it's been a long, long time. So long, in fact, I can't remember if I did it when we were live on video or if we were just recording just the audio.
Right.
I can't remember. Either way, I wanted to share something with you guys that's really, really special to me, and it is I want to say a quote because it would be a lengthy quote. It's what it is an intro to a song, and the song is just an intro. Chris Ellington is who does it, and it's off of Gemstone's "Elephant in the Room." Gemstone's he ran around with Lupe Fiasco back in the day, kind of turned his whole life. He was like 350 plus pounds, turned his whole life around, lost a bunch of weight, started kind of finding a religion and going after that side of things. So totally different dude, but his message now in the industry is all about that motivation and all about the inspiration stuff. And he has Chris Ellington. I'm not sure who Chris Ellington is off the top of my head, but he says what I'm about to tell you at the beginning of this, and it stuck with me. I found it years and years ago. I mean, it's been well over a decade at this point that this album has been dropped, and it's stuck with me ever since that I've just never forgot it. And anytime that I've had an opportunity to share it with somebody or anything like that, I do, and then I just so perhappily got a platform that I could share it with all types of people. So what I wanted to share with you guys today, my friends, is that intro from Chris Ellington. So it's going to be short and sweet. I'm not going to have any perspective behind it. I'm going to let you go down these rabbit holes. I'm going to say it. We'll get out of the motivation minutes and we'll get you all out of here. All right. So listen up, my friends. Loud and clear. Quick sip of O2.
Quick sip of O2.
With a little bit of hydrogen added into it as well. All right. Our species does and is only evolving. It is only natural that over time we must endure trial, error, and emptiness, which builds moral spirit and backbone. With hope comes progress. Control is an illusion. We are at best mere passengers aboard a drifted vessel, and that's which causes us trials will yield us triumphs, and that what makes our hearts ache shall fill us with happiness. True happiness is to love, learn, live, and advance, which cannot occur without error, ignorance, or imperfection. The greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall. Only a fool would think that there's a road of flowers leading to glory, and a man with sense is not discouraged by difficulties. He only knows to redouble his industries and his diligence, remembering that life isn't about where you are, more so where you're aiming. And we all know a person aiming at nothing is sure to hit it. So make space for perseverance in your heart, mind, and soul. It is in seeing this that you will prevail at last. And that does it for my motivation minutes of the day.
Good stuff, my man. Good stuff to
Short
think about.
and sweet. Right to you, my friends. Hope you enjoy that. Special place in my heart. That's a little piece of my heart to you guys. So I hope you guys like that. And if you want to, obviously you can sit there and listen to me say it again if you want, or you can check it out on SoundCloud. Just type in on SoundCloud. I don't know if it's anywhere else. If you have SoundCloud, intro Chris Ellington, just like it sounds, Ellington, Chris Ellington, CHRIS. All that being said, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you liked that. Hope he gave you a little bit of extra something. Let me click on back here, my friends. Let me see. I love it, my man. I love it. All right. Let's see. Take a look through here before we get out of here. Wowzer Kapowzer. All right. Zane Gonzalez, over 2.5 extra. Wow, I actually kind of like that. That's a little interesting. I might have to take a gander at that. Follow us on the
either 2 or 3.
Yeah, if you don't, follow us on the Action Network app. I'm at cash_with_Colt, and Riley is at RMags. If we do add anything, I'm liking it. You will see it on there first, no question. I do like that a lot. Ingram over 9.5 carries is not bad at all. I do also love that prop. I think that might be the only hope shining light they get.
I think the worst would be if the Panthers jump out to like 14-0 and then they immediately throw out the run. But I don't think the Panthers are going to jump out that heavily. So I don't hate that one.
No, do you have the Action Network app, Rome? So we either have that, or what I'll do if you don't have the Action Network app, we'll put out some additional plays on Twitter and stuff too. So if you don't, just type in just Talking the Line. If you don't follow us on, I'm guessing you follow us on Twitter, just at Talking the Line, and then we'll drop some stuff out there later too. If we end up hammering in some extra plays, we'll talk about it. We'll be in the lab this afternoon. We got a few other things to wrap up and do. So
how about Davis Mills pick -190? Don't love the odds, but I could see it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't hate the chalk, but I don't hate it at all. No. Yeah, for sure, easy pick. Outside of that, looks like we hit them all. Yeah, so we'll take a look at a few of those. I'm gonna put together a same game parlay. I mean, it's so hard not to have a Thursday night football game. What am I doing?
What, the risk-free?
So I'll take a look. We'll see what we got rocking and rolling. Maybe we'll put together our props and maybe alternate total or something like that. Who the hell knows? We'll take a look. Like I said, we'll be in the lab here this afternoon. We'll get some stuff done and let you guys know as far as on Twitter. We'll have some updates too on the website, everything like that. TalkingTheLine.com, in case you didn't know. All that being said, partner, anything late breaking, urgent news? Who the hell is Josh Woods?
Yeah, some minor Lions moves, but nothing to note.
Interior linebacker from the Bears to the Lions. Bear down. Yeah. That's about it. That's about all she wrote. We do get to see Justin Fields, QB1, suiting up in Cleveland. It's pretty sweet, man. I'm trying to contain my excitement as much as I can and not,
You're doing a good job of it.
Being a freaking homer because I don't want to put the fucking bad juju out there, especially with you backing them at plus 7.5.
We're just going to leave it right there.
Yeah, we're going to leave it at that. Because boys and girls, I highly suggest you follow at Colt TTL Sports on Twitter. If you are a Bears fan or not, you just want a good fucking laugh from a dumbass. That's me. That being said, I am going to be losing my ever-living mind.
It's got to be a nooner, right?
Fuck yeah, it's a nooner. Are you kidding me? Come on.
What kind of question was that?
Bears, Browns, nooner. Yeah, so I will be firmly planted, pumping out content, acting like a complete jackass, just as I do every other Sunday. So we'll have some fun with it. I actually also, totally forgot, might have a little new segment on the Twitter, little new video content coming to you guys called Balcony Bets.
Balcony Bets.
Balcony Bets. You know, I'll let you wander with that. Also, been thinking of another one because, you know, I enjoy partaking in the Lord's kale. Not the devil's lettuce, the Lord's kale. And only CBD, though. Only CBD. Always CBD. Always only CBD. And, you know, I had another idea. Maybe little bowls and bets. Maybe we feature a nice glass blower from around town. We enjoy some fine CBD product. We discuss some bets.
Capping with canny.
And we just get on out of town.
Capping with cannabis.
Wow. Wow. Hey, we might have an idea here, folks. You better not steal it. I'll be out there and I'll whip
it's
your
CBD,
ass.
not kidding.
I'll clip this and I'll find you and hunt you down. It's always CBD. Always CBD. None of that other stuff that we don't need to be having. Always CBD. But yeah, you might bowls and bets still underneath the table, but balcony bets. Very excited about that. I think I'm going to drop some down. I don't know exactly what bets or what I'm going to do for it. That's the only problem because I give you guys so much on Friday and everything. But we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. Hey, bets and bongs, this guy. Hey, no problem at all. Our pleasure, Rome. That is what we're here for. Hit that notification bell. Hit the subscribe button. Hop in anytime you want. Hop in the live chat. We ain't scared to sit and talk to nobody. Everybody always is just done afraid to hop in the live chat. Get on that bad boy. Let's go.
How about OnlyFans for bets and bowls and bets?
Oh, for crying out loud. We are, okay, before we get down rabbit holes, we don't need to be discussing at 11 a.m. in the morning. My friends, let's send you guys on.
Hey, these are good ideas.
Hey, it's not a bad idea at all. We got to hit the think tank. But, my friends, for now, we've kept you here probably about 30 minutes longer than we needed to with additional banter and nonsense. But hey, as we always like to say, good vibes achieved. You see it on the final slide. You know the drill. So, my friends, for the final time here today, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide, from myself and Mags. Thank you so much for choosing to stop by episode number 131 of the TTL Pod on this beautiful Thursday of bets, also known as September 23rd, 2021. I got your back so you don't have to check your calendar. Make sure, if I haven't said it enough, hit that notification bell, and we will see you back around the bend after we meet you at the pay window tonight for tomorrow's show, episode number 132. You know how it gets down. Full college football cards, full NFL cards. It is LOADED, and we are giving out nothing but winners. For now, we hope you have a spectacular rest of your Thursday, unless you have any other plans. Make sure you get those best bets of the day hammered in. We'll see you at the pay window this evening, and then you can stay with us at the end of every single show. Let's cash some tickets. Bear down. Peace and love.